This guy was cheating, what I was scared of. And then you know what happened? When they caught him cheating in the locker room.
Floyd Mayweather has just released shocking evidence of how the September 13th fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford was scripted.
Billions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever. I'm not a liar. I worked hard to build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not going to let anyone go out there and smear my.
In a recent interview, Floyd specifically highlighted some rounds and moments in the fight where Canelo kept doing the same thing while he knew his strategy wasn't working.
I could really say something negative. I could really say something positive. But when it's all said and done.
Well, everything happens for a reason. You're not going to be able to fight everybody. So they're going to always have something to say about a certain opponent.
He then quickly followed up with a series of now-deleted social media posts that hinted that the fight was scripted. However, that didn't stop him from making controversial claims. Canelo fought like he had no plan. We know the guy's smarter than that. Even after the fight, he already accepted defeat. Bivol beat him better, but he raised his hands when scores were announced like he beat Bivol. But with Crawford, even after performing better, he knew he lost because he has received a huge check.
Scores at 116 to 112. Max DeLuca and Tim Cheatham both have it, 115 to 113 to the winner by unanimous decision, the Fighting Pride of Omaha, Nebraska, USA, and no.
According to him, Crawford and the Saudis involved Canelo in a huge money deal to ensure he loses the fight. Floyd then pointed out a moment where Canelo tried to be even more theatrical by headbutting Crawford to show he was pained about the fight.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
Oh, I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe so. I'm not.
The Saudis paid Canelo heavily to lose, while I was paid heavily to win. That's the difference between us. I got money when I won. They have to sacrifice their resume for money. Floyd's different.
When you want to, and wake up when you want to. See, when you don't wake up when you want to, then guess what? Somebody's controlling you. And I don't want to be controlled, because I want to be.
These were the exact words of Floyd Mayweather in a rest interview, where he was asked about the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight. Floyd also complained about Canelo giving Crawford several praises after the fight, indirectly showing he was embracing defeat. The relationship between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford is clearly a mess already, after Floyd Mayweather called out Crawford to a fight, claiming Canelo was paid by Turkey to lose the fight.
Do you win there, or do you think we've got...
I don't know. I don't know. But, I mean, I'm glad that I'm able to just still be able to entertain for the people, and they still get a chance to see just a glimpse of me.
This followed Floyd's recent call out of Crawford for a fight in 2026, which Crawford blasted him for. In a now-deleted tweet, Floyd Mayweather, after posting his bet slip, posted a tweet where he suggested a fight between him and Crawford in a battle of the GOATs. "Who says no to me versus Bud in a battle of the GOATs?" he tweeted. However, Crawford's response was rather discouraging.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe even a bit, but no.
Nah, not at all. That's one of my favorite fighters.
Using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways.
Floyd's disappointment in Crawford's response was what brought about his claims about the fight. According to him, he's greater than both Canelo Alvarez and Mike Tyson, because they both lost their fights to earn huge sums in their fights against Crawford and Jake Paul, respectively. Floyd also emphasized that Canelo was better than what he showed. He could throw more punches and do better, but he was paid to look what he looked like. However, Terence Crawford's trainer disagreed. Terence Crawford's trainer revealed the simple game plan he gave his fighter to be able to defeat Canelo Alvarez and become the undisputed super middleweight champion.
I'm just, curious, what was the plan to fight Canelo that night?
Just keep turning him.
Yeah.
Keep turning him, keep him on the inside. Southpaws. Or if you're fighting a southpaw, When you fight up 8 in the southpaw stand,
Explaining how his fighter outpointed the Mexican great, Brian Bomac McIntyre said he wanted to capitalize on Crawford's advantages as a southpaw. Just keep turning him, keep him on the inside, McIntyre explained to Fight Hype during Crawford's victory parade on Sunday. If you're fighting a southpaw, or if you fight in a southpaw stance, you always want to keep them on the inside. Take away the right hand, your left hand will travel a shorter distance than his right hand. Because his right hand has to come across his body, your left hand goes straight down the pipe. Real easy. What McIntyre is referring to is the built-in advantage a southpaw has in being able to more naturally put their lead foot on the outside of their orthodox opponents, taking them off at a slight angle, which makes it more difficult for the right hand of the orthodox fighter to reach the target, whereas the rear left hand of the orthodox fighter is in direct line to the target.
I just want to keep him on the inside. Take away the right hand. Your left hand to be travel a shorter distance than his right hand. So his right hand got to come across your body.
Yeah.
The left hand, your left hand goes straight down the pipe.
Everybody see you do this.
Real easy.
It's something we have also seen the undisputed heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk employ to help him conquer the blue ribbon division so easily. Crawford used this masterfully to deal with everything Canelo could throw at him earlier this month, making the Mexican miss, or absorbing the singular heavy shots he would throw, and firing back immediately with 3 or 4 shots to win the exchanges on the inside, leaving Canelo visibly frustrated in the later rounds of the fight. This is a similar way in which we saw Dimitri Bivol beat Alvarez, by simply punching with Canelo and throwing more shots to capitalize on his steadily declining output in fights. McIntyre credited Crawford with boxing perfectly to the game plan and said his only concern was the power that Canelo carried. McIntyre said, "Exactly everything we worked on in camp, he did it. Punch selection, catch and release, everything."
Was there anything that surprised you about the fight? No.
In my speech I did up there, I said, yeah, exactly everything that we worked on in camp, he did it. Punch selection, catch and release, everything.
You know, the big thing was like the weight, the power.
Crawford had great conditioning. He worked with guys in the UFC. So that's one thing I was concerned about Canelo's power going into the fight. But I told them guys at the UFC, make sure he can absorb that power. He absorbed it very well. Crawford, who celebrated his 38th birthday on Sunday, is now a 3-weight undisputed champion and enjoyed a victory parade in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, before making a plan for his next move, which many expect to be a drop down to the middleweight division to attempt to conquer a 6th weight class. Regardless, the comparison of Floyd and Crawford has caused a wide stir in the boxing world, as Floyd Mayweather and Crawford are known to be boxing buddies. And besides, Floyd bet against Canelo in the fight. However, Floyd seems to have been discouraged by the comments from Crawford's camp that Crawford is a better fighter.
Against that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
Truly, comparisons in boxing are never lacking, but few are as controversial as the one between Terence "Bud" Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. The debate was reignited after Crawford's stunning victory over Canelo Alvarez at the Allegiant Stadium, a fight that made him the first male boxer in the 4-belt era to be undisputed in 3 divisions. What seemed like a night of consecration turned into a worldwide topic when Canelo, at the press conference, surprised with a blunt phrase, "I think Crawford is much better than Mayweather." That comment sparked a firestorm in the boxing world, and Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, did not hesitate to stoke the discussion.
I saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. Go. Greatest of all time, man. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of course he is.
But before his trainer, Crawford tried to silence every voice on the matter by showing his utmost respect for Floyd Mayweather. Terence Crawford made it clear that boxing fans shouldn't compare him with Floyd Mayweather. "That's the GOAT. Mayweather is one of the GOATs," Crawford said on 4th and 1 with Cam Newton. "I have nothing but the utmost respect for Mayweather. I would never compare myself to Mayweather. He's the greatest of his era, and I'm the greatest of my era. I don't understand why, especially our people, hate on Mayweather so much. He made so much history for us. He paved the way for me to be where I'm at. He motivated me in so many ways outside the ring with work ethic, hard work, dedication that I can't even say.
Congratulations on your victory. With the way you beat Canelo tonight, Spence a couple of years ago, everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the rest?
I don't know why a lot of people, well, most people, always try to tarnish his career or want me to be like, I'll knock Mayweather out, or always try to compare us. Mayweather is 10 years older than Crawford, and their paths never really crossed in their illustrious careers. Mayweather retired from professional fighting as a welterweight after knocking out Conor McGregor in August 2017. Crawford completed an undisputed title run as a junior welterweight 1 week before. Crawford didn't make his welterweight debut until June 2018, when he landed the WBO title by stopping Jeff Horn in 9 rounds. Crawford is ranked #1 on the Ring's pound-for-pound list.
Resume you have now.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura.
After Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight title earlier this month, one of the major post-fight storylines has been how his career credentials stack up against fellow 5-division crown holder Floyd Mayweather. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, McIntyre appeared wearing a hat with the word GOAT and made it clear that he considers Crawford to be the greatest of all time. According to the trainer, Bud's success is not only his own, but that of a whole team that has led him to dominate 3 divisions like no one else today. When asked directly about Canelo's statement, his response was blunt. Who, Terence? Of course he is. Of course he's better.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe even a bit, but no.
Nah.
For Bomac, the discussion has no nuances. Crawford has already surpassed what Mayweather represented in the ring. Although the debate rages on, Crawford remains more serene. After defeating Alvarez on the scorecards, he avoided the historical confrontation. Floyd was the greatest of his era. I'm the greatest of mine. We don't need to compare ourselves. His message reflects respect for Mayweather, but does not prevent fans and experts from fueling the controversy.
Who do you think's better out of those two? Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter.
After all, Mayweather defeated a young Canelo in 2013, while Crawford beat a much more experienced version of the Mexican, which gives weight to this new narrative. Stephen A. Smith makes the difference between Crawford and Mayweather. The Voice of Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith added a key nuance to the debate.